Okay, Slayer players, you are now watching the 14th episode of the CCF Monster Variant series. I will be covering the Arachnotron variants. 19 different types of Arachnotrons in this list. As always, monsters are tested on the standard ultra-violence difficulty, displaying the name, spawn code, health, round difficulty, spawn rate, movement speed, and item drops. If a monster has a soundtrack, I will show the song name and song author. The link to the official YouTube videos that have the links to the official mod will be in the description. The link to this updated battlefield is also in the description. Let me know in the comments if I have left a detail out for a certain monster. So, ready to fight some mechanical brain spiders? Let's go! First variant on the list is the Dual Arachnotron. It uses the sprite of the Doom 64 Arachnotron, which has two plasma guns mounted on it. The most common Doom 64 Arachnotron sounds, and spawns at 500 health. It, along with most other non-boss variants, it walks on the ground at a medium speed. It has one attack, no melee, just shooting bursts of dual plasma shots as long as its target is in its line of sight until stunned, killed, or has its sights obstructed by solid map cover. It shouldn't take that much, even with a whole bunch of these around. Only one quad shotgun blast can take care of one, so that means other standard weapons like a few double shotgun shots would take care of them. So they just get the F neutral grade. It drops only the small armor and life essence, which I will call the rank 1 healing orbs. Second variant is the Fusionite. It uses the Ancient Aliens Arachnotron sprite. It is the second commonest, has similar standard Arachnotron sounds, and spawns at 750 health. Like the last one, it moves at a similar speed. This time it has two attacks. First, a barrage of fusion plasma gun shots. The second attack is a railgun. Just keep at a range while side dodging to avoid the railgun. Despite having like 200 health more than the Dual Arachnotron, it doesn't need that much more to kill it. You could kill it with a full Hexa shotgun blast, or a few quad shotgun shots. If there's multiple of them, you can just use standard level heavy weapons like the rocket launcher. The Fusionite gets the F+ difficulty grade. Its drops are the same as the last one. Third variant is the Laser Spider, shape of the original Arachnotron with green flesh and black eyes, and a chain gun-esque barrel rather than a single barrel. It is an uncommon spawn, has Arachnotron and Aludren Arachnoid sounds from Serious Sam, and spawns at 850 health. It doesn't move any different from the Dual Arachnotron. It has one attack, Attack pattern like the original Arachnotron, but instead of firing a straight barrage of plasma shots, it fires streams of lasers which have faster velocity and a faster fire rate than plasma gun shots. It is more dangerous point blank than the previous ones. Either be behind sprite cover and shoot it with hit scan weapons, or constantly sidestep while blasting it with your weapons. It gets the E- grade. It can drop large rank 2 healing orbs and rank 2 armor orbs. Fourth variant is the Demon Tech Spider, similar shape as the previous with gray skin. It is uncommon, has baby demolisher sounds, and comes with 1000 health. They may start walking at the same speed, but can occasionally shift its speed to fast. It just fires bursts or streams of Demon Tech rifle shots, which do more damage than plasma rifle shots and lasers. All you need to do to avoid getting hit is simply sidestepping or being a bit far behind sprite cover while shooting it with hit scan weapons. If in an open area, just constantly stun it with your own Demon Tech rifle or plasma gun. It may require more than a Hexa shotgun blast, but then easily finished off. The Demon Tech Spider gets the E neutral grade. It can drop rank 1 healing orbs and the Demon Tech rifle. Fifth variant is the famous Baby Demolisher. It is basically an Arachnotron with 3 green eyes and 2 chain guns under the main cannon. It is one of the more common of the uncommon variants. It has the Baby Demolisher sounds and comes at 1000 health. Back to regular Arachnotron speed. It has 2 attacks. It can fire its miniguns It can also fire a 3 barrage of BFG 11K shots, which are the round shots. A single mini BFG shot from it can do high damage, but they are avoidable. Don't get too close for the minigun attack. You can take it down with your own minigun, even multiple of them. It takes the same amount of shotgun shots as the last variant. The Baby Demolisher gets the E- grade. Unfortunately, it just drops rank 1 healing orbs. Sixth variant is the Dark Baby Demolisher. Same shape as the Baby Demolisher except with gray skin and green details. It is uncommon, has the same sounds as the last one, and spawns at 1200 health. It can shift its speed from medium to very fast. Since it is a dark variant, it is more powerful than its non-dark counterpart. Its minigun is more powerful than the previous. Its BFG attack is also an actual threat compared to the last one. They are smaller and faster projectiles.
First blood.
You are definitely going to need to get behind something more frequently than the regular Baby Demolisher. Do not bother trying to get behind sprite cover, as that minigun can damage you. You need to be right next to solid cover whenever you are fighting this thing to avoid the fast and hard to see BFG attacks. It is even more dangerous if there's more than one. The Dark Baby Demolisher gets the E+ grade. It can drop the rank 1 healing orbs and demon tech boxes. 7th variant is the Baby BFG Mastermind, not BFG Arachnotron. It has the similar appearance as the Arachnotron, with green eyes and a large green highlighted cannon. It is uncommon, has the Baby Demolisher sounds, and comes at 1200 health. It has the same base speed. The attacks are more threatening. It can fire heavy railgun shots. A volley of small and fast BFG 10K shots. And a volley of slower but larger BFG 11K shots. You cannot avoid the attacks if you are up close besides the slow heavy BFG shots. You can barely avoid the railgun if you sidestep while far away. It is even more dangerous with a group of them. The Baby BFG Mastermind gets the D neutral difficulty grade. When it dies, it can drop rank 1 healing orbs, plasma boxes, and the railgun. 8th variant is the Arachnite, the corrupt/impure variant. It has the same shape as the Fusionite, except it is gray and blood red with blue eyes. It is a rare variant, has different sounds, and spawns at 1466 health. It walks slightly faster than the normal base speed. The attacks make it crazy and very tough to fight. First attack is a barrage of fireballs that have a short spread. Second attack is a spread of ground-based wall-bouncing projectiles. The third attack is firing slightly homing meteor shots. Its most dangerous attack is a sight-based hit-scan attack that seems to have a range. while showing flames coming from it. It can blind and burn its target as long as it sees it. It seems to last around 7 seconds, and while it does its flame attack as long as you are in its line of sight, it can heal itself. And sometimes it can hit you with a debuff that causes you to lower your attack power. To avoid that burning and blinding hit scan attack, you need to be by solid map cover and not sprite cover. As always, sprite cover doesn't protect against hit scan attacks. Dealing with just one at a time won't be a problem, but trying to deal with one while avoiding other enemies can get this thing to have you in its line of sight easy. Even harder if there are multiple arachnites. You are definitely going to need something like the explosive minigun to drain its health, or a Hexa shotgun to get a good chunk of its life down. The Arachnite gets the D- grade. The Arachnite can drop the following: rank 2 armor orbs and large rank 2 healing orbs. I do not like this one. 9th variant is the Insane Wraith, the first of the 2 insane variants on the list. Shape of the Arachnorb, but it is gray. It is a rare spawn, thankfully, has the Arachnorb sounds, and spawns at 800 health. This is the first flyer in the Arachnotron variants. It flies at a medium speed. It only has one attack, which is just firing bursts of 2 lasers. Despite having higher health than the Fusion Knight, it doesn't take that much to survive it as well as killing it. Just shoot it down with assault weapons at a range and just blast it with heavy shotguns up close. Even with multiple Insane Wraiths, it doesn't take much. The Insane Wraith gets the F+ grade. And guess what it drops? Come on, guess. No, not the same rank 1 healing orbs. In actuality, it drops nothing!
Nothing!
10th variant is another insane variant and a good one. The Baby Insanity Spider. Shape of the Arachnotron with the large cannon that is gray with red details. It is a rare spawn, has the screeching Arachnotron sounds, and starts at 1400 health. It can walk slightly faster than the base speed. Its attacks are definitely what you expect from an insane variant. It has the upgraded Demon Tech Rifle shots, It has a Devastator shot that fires projectiles at the target. The heavy railgun is even more difficult to avoid and does more damage than the baby BFG Masterminds. You have to be further to dodge it. If you want to be up close to blast it with heavy shotguns, then be right next to cover, please. Don't be too close to sprite cover, otherwise that Devastator blast radius can hit you. Heavy weapons are recommended as it has high health and defenses, so the explosive minigun is also a good weapon when in an open area, or the regular minigun far behind sprite cover. The baby Insanity Spider gets the D+ difficulty grade. It can drop large rank 1 healing orbs and a plasma box. 11th variant is the Baby Sentient, one of the more iconic variants. Similar shape of the Baby Demolisher, with booster legs that is also gray with red eyes. It is an uncommon spawn, has unique sounds and idle booster sounds, and spawns at 1250 health. It can fly at a medium speed, but also quick strafe. It has 2 attacks, the explosive minigun and BFG 10K shots. You will be able to tell when this thing is close by the sound of its boosters. Being at a range and having good cover will give you somewhat an advantage over it, especially if you have decent level weaponry like the Demon Tech Rifle or explosive minigun in mid-range, railgun in long range, and heavy shotguns in close range. The Baby Sentient gets the D- grade. Baby Sentient can drop large rank 1 healing orbs, demon tech boxes, and the explosive minigun. 12th variant is the Baby Overseer. Shape of the Baby Sentient except it is gray with green details. It is a rare spawn, has the Quake 4 heavy hover tank sounds with idle booster sounds, and spawns at 1600 health. Like the Baby Sentient, it flies at a similar speed while quick strafing. The attacks are more dangerous than the Baby Sentients. Its most frequent attack is the Plasma Repeater attack, which fires a rapid spread of plasma projectiles. It can also fire BFG 10K shots, and also a heavy railgun shot. Being at a distance from it next to solid cover or being behind sprite cover is more than enough while having starting grade heavy weapons to take it down. A railgun, demon tech rifle, minigun, explosive minigun, etc. Be careful being around multiple enemies as the Overseer can flank you from your cover, especially when they can fly above your sprite cover. The baby Overseer gets the D+ difficulty grade. It can drop the following: large rank 1 healing orbs, a plasma box, and the plasma repeater. Thirteenth variant is Samael, and the first boss variant. Similar shape as the Fusion Knight or Ancient Aliens Arachnotron with booster legs. It is a rare spawn, has mainly the Arachnotron sounds and idle booster sounds, and starts at 2000 health. We have another flyer here, and this time it seems to fly and quick strafe faster. Since it is a boss variant and a uniquely designed one, the attacks are definitely deadly. Its main attack is throwing a volley of fast and high agility homing fireballs. It can also shoot BFG 10K shots. Its dangerous area of effect attack is throwing a volley of explosive fireballs that leave damaging flames on their impact area. The Hell Knights have sticks. The Arachnotron has Samael. This thing is good at flying around pillars. You definitely want to move around, be far, and have accurate or homing weapons of your own to hit it while it fights back. You could be safe around sprite cover and shoot it with railguns and hit scan weapons, but it can fly around corners. In a big area, those homing fireballs can circle back around. You definitely need some big weapons of your own like the explosive minigun in an open area. Samael gets the C- difficulty grade. Unfortunately, it drops next to nothing for its difficulty, just to the large rank 1 healing orbs. Hoo boy, 14th variant is the Manipulator. Similar shape as the baby Overseer in Sentient, but this time it is silver with 3 eyes, 3 miniguns, and purple details. It is an actual boss spawn that is rare, has unique sounds and idle booster sounds, and starts at a whopping 3,000 health, which is the second highest out of all individual variants. Also, spawning it manually does not play the music, so I'm going to have to download the song for some of these clips. It can fly around at a medium and also a fast speed, quick strafe, and also teleport. It has plenty of attacks and abilities. It can shoot Commander BFG shots, it can also shoot Commander Devastator shots.
First blood.
It can throw a massive spread of around plasma projectiles that do high damage. It can fire a spread of noisy, high-damaging plasma cannon shots that have a high blast radius and have deadly trail damage when they pass near you. It can fire a spread of BFG 10K shots, its most dangerous attack is its massive explosive minigun, which has a large spread and extreme fire rate. It can also summon minions, either a couple of baby sentients, or worse, multiple shadow clones of itself that have almost the same attacks as it does, just less frequently, each with 350 health. also seems to have a close-range ring-emitting attack which barely does anything. You do not want to fight this thing head-on. That explosive minigun will drain all of your health in a near instant. You constantly want to keep yourself out of its line of sight and be away from the path of those trail-emitting projectiles. I am going to recommend that you should have at least one legendary rune before fighting it, because even base weapons barely do anything against it. The best weapon I recommend to use is the Demon Tech Railgun. That is the only weapon that is good against it if you do not have any runes, or be right next to power-ups, or have some power-ups in your inventory. Other weapons I recommend are the Demon Tech BFG, Demon Tech Devastator, or the Deep BFG's Alt-Fire. If you kill it, don't get immediately close to it when it does. It does a lasting explosion. Manipulator gets a high A- difficulty grade. It can drop the following items: large rank 1 healing orbs, demon tech boxes, the power skull, the invulnerability chalice, the phase sphere, the ultra sphere, and the commander devastator upgrade. Now for the legendaries. 15th variant is the legendary Baby Demolisher, and the second easiest of the boss variants of the Arachnotrons. Shape of the Baby Demolisher that is yellow with 3 eyes and blue details emitting a gold light and yellow smoke. It is a rare spawn, has modified Baby Demolisher sounds, and starts at 2,666 health. It can walk from a medium to a very fast speed. The attacks are more easy to avoid than the other boss variants. It can fire a short burst of BFG 10k shots. It has an explosive minigun. It can fire a heavy railgun shot.
First blood.
It can fire a couple of BFG shots. It also has heavy BFG shots that function the same way as the Demon Tech BFG. It can also do a multiple 360 spin, firing BFG 10K shots and 11K shots. It can even heal itself occasionally, indicated by the green aura. It sometimes does a lightning strike, which barely does anything. Solid map cover that you can get around should be more than enough to deal with it. Even base weaponry is good as long as you have enough ammo to deal with one legendary Baby Demolisher. Most of the difficulty comes from it being a bullet sponge. That spinning around attack translates to, here you go, get some free hits on me with your shotguns and blasters, because it is not invulnerable in the spinning attack state. It doesn't even move as aggressively as the other boss variants, especially since it is a ground-based enemy. You have plenty of opportunities to hit it, so most of the time if you die or get hit from it, it's your fault. It does a lasting damaging explosion when it dies, so be at a range when it does. The legendary Baby Demolisher gets the C neutral grade. It can drop the following: large life orbs, legendary larger life orbs, legendary armor orbs, the legendary rifle, legendary plasmatic clips and boxes, the legendary sphere, legendary time-freeze sphere, and a legendary rune or random sphere. 16th variant is the legendary Baby Sentient, a true boss that isn't a pushover. Shape of the Baby Sentient with base brain color, blue details with gold boosters, and a gold aura with a gold light. It is a rare variant, has unique sounds, and spawns at 1,800 health. It flies at a fast speed and also teleports around. It has a lot of attacks. Some are hard to avoid. It can throw a row of fireballs. It has its own explosive minigun. It can summon a bunch of mines that follow you around that you can shoot. It can shoot massive spreads of large homing fireballs that have good agility. know that legendary commando attack that shoots a bunch of wall-bouncing homing plasmatic cannonballs that go all over the place? It has those too. It can also shoot BFG 10K shots. It can also deploy a light pod that shoots a 360 spread of projectiles. It can fire a heavy railgun shot. And when it is low on health, it can summon non-boss Arachnotrons to fight you. It can even occasionally heal itself while invulnerable. Close range is a death wish, and it is not an enemy that you want to stay in one area for too long. Since it is a heavy legendary, you are going to need some mid-range heavy weapons like one of the behemoth cannons and use the homing fire shots against it, especially the Barbatos cannon, while constantly running from it. I would not risk trying to hide in a corner and wait for a chance to blast it with a heavy shotgun, because the moment you pull the trigger, it already activated the invulnerability state beforehand. Plus, that can get you killed easily with its counterattack. Just stick to getting far away from it and use railguns or weapons with homing abilities. Also, keep an eye for the mines that it may spawn around so you don't get flanked by them. It can even flank you with its teleportation if you are not far enough. The legendary Baby Sentient gets the A- difficulty grade. It can drop the following: a bullet box, the explosive minigun, legendary plasmatic cells and cell boxes, legendary plasmatic cannon, the legendary armor, legendary ammo sphere, and up to 2 legendary runes or random spheres. This variant isn't an available random spawn, but it's still here. 17th variant is the true legendary Baby Sentient. Almost the same appearance as the last variant, except this time it has completely blue details instead of gold. It has the Quake 4 Macron sounds and spawns at 1 health point under 3000. And again, since it needs a special way to activate the spawn with a song, I have to get the song manually. It flies and teleports faster than the previous. Since it is a true legendary counterpart, it is more dangerous. In close range, it has a legendary assault shotgun attack, and a legendary machine gun attack. It throws the heavy fireballs, it fires heavy, slightly homing plasma shots,
First blood.
it also shoots a massive spread of legendary rifle shots. It can also fire a volley of homing BFG shots. And fire a volley of heavy railgun shots. It can fire BFG 10K shots, which seem to be slightly faster. It shoots more of those plasmatic cannonball shots. It does its own 360 spinning BFG 10K and 11K attack, which is harder to make it stand still because it is a flyer. Another new attack it has is firing slow-moving, wall-bouncing plasma shots that go right after you. It is harder to hit this thing because it quick strafes and flies around more than the regular legendary baby sentient. And add to the fact that the invulnerability state is more frequent. It also has more resistances to weapons. I again would recommend weapons that use Demon Tech ammo, especially the Demon Tech Railgun or Nemesis weapons, since the legendary enemies have no resistance to Nemesis weapons. Also, like the Manipulator, I recommend having at least one legendary rune before combating this thing, as its defenses are strong. You constantly need to run away from it if it gets close. Those plasmatic cannon shots and BFG 10K shots will get you good. It also has a damaging death, so stay far away for a moment before getting its items. The true legendary baby sentient gets the AAA neutral difficulty grade. True Legendary Baby Sentient has a lot of items. In fact, it has the most items any Arachnotron variant can drop. It has large rank 1 healing orbs, legendary bullets in bullet boxes, legendary shells in shell boxes, legendary plasmatic cells in cell boxes, the legendary assault shotgun, legendary machine gun, the legendary rifle, the legendary plasmatic cannon, the legendary sphere, legendary armor, legendary ultra sphere, the legendary ammo sphere, legendary time freeze sphere, the legendary invulnerability sphere, a legendary rune or random sphere, the legendary demon rune, and the true legendary BFG upgrade. Eighteenth variant is the Enraged Legendary Baby Sentient. Similar appearance as the Legendary Baby Sentient, except this time it has a gold brain with the rest of the details being red. It is one of the most rare variants, has unique sounds, and spawns at 2,700 health. It flies around and teleports around very fast. The only times where it may stand still is when it attacks. Man, does the Enraged Legendary Baby Sentient have many attacks. I will start with what it retains from the original Legendary Baby Sentient. It has the heavy fireballs, it has an explosive minigun attack, it has the wall-bouncing, partly homing plasmatic cannonball shots, which go right through you. It can shoot BFG 10K or 11K shots. It has the heavy railgun, its new attacks include BFG shots, D-Tech BFG shot, which can shoot at its target. A D-Tech style railgun shot, which is hard to avoid compared to the heavy railgun shot. It can deploy landmines that hide on the ground, which can be noticed by the light they give off. And a legendary machine gun attack.
First blood.
It also deploys a large and noticeable enraged legendary mine, which can start its short countdown to detonate the moment you are in its line of sight, and it has a large and deadly explosion, like the legendary explosive barrel. It has an exclusive minion called the Enraged Legendary Surveyor, a flying drone with 1,500 health, and they can shoot a couple of hard fireballs. Do not get too distracted by the Surveyor drone, because that is exactly what it is supposed to do, distract the player while the enraged baby sentient catches you off guard. The Surveyor isn't even that dangerous to deserve the attention other than just running away from it, unless if it is in a separate room from the enraged baby sentient. The Surveyor also has a limited lifespan that can be lasted. Also, watch where you step, you may run over the mines. One thing easier about the Enraged Baby Sentient compared to the true legendary variant is that it does not have that much damage resistance. The railgun can get some good damage on it, which means that the Demon Tech railgun can deal even more damage. Just be right next to good cover and be at a range while combating it. The Enraged Legendary Baby Sentient gets the AA neutral difficulty grade. drop bullet boxes, the explosive minigun, legendary healing orbs, enraged legendary cells and cell boxes, enraged legendary rifle, the enraged legendary plasmatic cannon, the enraged legendary machine gun, enraged legendary armor, the legendary ammo sphere, and a legendary rune or random sphere. Last and hardest variant, number 19, is the Nemesis Baby Sentient, aka Noisy Boy. Its presence is louder with a larger sound range. Similar appearance as the Baby Sentient except with a skin tone brain, black eyes, black smoke, white boosters, and a white light. The most rare variant has its own sounds and starts at the highest health of 3,500. Nemesis Baby Sentient has the fastest speed and teleportation frequency out of all the other Arachnotron variants. It even has a farther teleporting range. Good lord, it has so many attacks. That 360 spinning BFG attack, it has that but moves around while doing it. It has a plasma repeater attack. It can fire BFG 10K shots. It can shoot spiraling laser shots. It can fire Nemesis laser beams. It has the Seeking Bouncing Plasmatic Cannonball shots. Like the Manipulator, it can shoot those noisy plasma shots that emit damaging trails, but this time they can bounce off of surfaces. It can fire the fast dark shots. It can fire a slightly homing BFG projectile. It can fire Nemesis BFG shots that upon impact leave a damaging, lasting explosion. It can spawn explosive mines that can follow you, and they are harder to hit. It has exclusive minions, one of them called the Nemesis Combat Drone, and it can summon a bunch of them at once, each with 200 health, which they can fire small spiraling projectiles. And when its health is lowered enough, it will summon another minion, a couple of Nemesis Controverse flyers which have 1000 health and can shoot rapid-fire spiraling lasers. Consider yourself doomed if you don't have the Demon Tech weapons and a legendary rune when you encounter this thing. It is that hard, even with those at your disposal. You constantly need to move around if you are in a large area. The best way to deal with those moving mines, also Nemesis sentry bombs, is to use the explosive weapons, especially the explosive railgun, because their hitbox is so small and narrow that it is hard to hit them. Try not to worry too much about those small drones. The Controverse are the only minion to worry about. As for the Nemesis Baby Sentient itself, recommended weapons are the Occult Spellbook, just the base attack, the Demon Tech Railgun, or homing weapons, especially the Demon Tech weapons. If it is the only boss and there is an invulnerability sphere nearby, then pick it up and get close up to it with a good weapon. It also has good defenses, as you can barely drain its health with a BFG 10K. Use the explosive railgun for the bombs and drones, and the homing rocket launcher for the Controverse. And like most boss variants, it has the damaging death explosion. The Nemesis Baby Sentient gets the triple A+ grade. drops a bullet box, the explosive minigun, Nemesis cells and cell boxes, Nemesis shells, the Nemesis assault shotgun, the Nemesis sawed-off shotgun, the Nemesis rifle, Nemesis healing orbs, Nemesis armor shards, the Nemesis sphere, the Nemesis armor, legendary ammo sphere, and a legendary rune or random sphere. And that is it for the Arachnotron variants for the CCF mod. And yes, I am aware that the fellow Doom YouTuber Ultraviolence released his mod, the God Complex mod, expanding this mod. For this mod as it is, I have 4 episodes left to cover, and the next episode will be the Mancubus, aka Behemoth variants. So to all you good Slayer players out there, keep ripping and tearing pseudo-intellectuals and demons, and have a great life.